All right. Yes. Yes. Welcome again to another stream on Chaos Reign channel / podcast. I am Chaos Reign. As you know, the rain never stops and the chaos will never end. Yeah. Today, stream as its title, and make sure everything's up and running. As you know, it's called Scamming of Femininity, Chaos Theory, Episode 2. From my, or what I like to call the chaos perspective of things. And for those that's new to the podcast, new to the channel, don't be hesitant. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the red button. Then hit the ding top bell so you know when there's an upload or notifications of live streams here on the Chaos Rain channel. Also, you now can follow me on Facebook, titled Eric Rain. You'll see the nice, wonderful sea with the serpent biting and bleeding all over and oozing with venom of blood. That is me, Chaos Rain. And also, you can follow me on Twitter at Chaos Rain 7. And let me make sure my Twitter's up because, matter of fact, I'll do y'all better. I will put those right here. Let me find it. And as people wait and sit back and relax, it's gonna be very much a rough conversation. I might be using vulgar language today, and it's not gonna be nice. Hell, it's not gonna be sweet at all. And when I mean sweet, it's not gonna be sweet at all. Because we all know about the games that's being played amongst people in various communities, especially the Black community, in regards to theft, robbery, some form of violence, or all other ill-to-do or lewd criminal acts. But nonetheless, this is the community that is much popular and popping in America today. In the West, we call America today, unfortunately. So, as I am, let me see. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to pull up a few more things before I get started. And for all the people the ladies that will be listening to this or will catch replay, warning: discretion is always advised. If you have young people, please know that there's going to be foul language in today's stream, and I will not make no apologies for it. I'm going to be blunt, raw, and uncut with y'all, unfortunately. And sometimes it hurts to go in. Hell, I don't like to go in on certain subjects, but nonetheless, someone has to say it. I know a lot of other people have been sharing and talking about what has happened in the last maybe few days. One thing is to know that she is not going to be the first, and damn sure she will not be the last. I think what has started to explode is the false representation and the theft also and stealing of what we call femininity for the ladies. And I'm gonna be honest with you, ladies, for those who this applies to, that it is never easy for you as a woman that's over the age of 18 and 35, if you have not learned to be more humble, sweet, submissive, all those nice words that most men on a lot of space love to keep reiterating towards you. If you're not that already and you struggle to find your femininity, I will say your best bet now is to go spend money on a what they call it, a wife school. And I'm personally honest, to be honest with y'all, a whole lot of sisters do need to go to wife school, especially if you're over the age of 18 and you have not known how to conduct yourself like a goddamn woman. Maybe that's the best thing you could do. I'm just trying to find this last thing. And I hold no bars to what I'm going to probably show and give my own take on it. Because it's just rightful shameful to what has just happened. I think one of the few things that I think could have been better in all this is that a lot of women should have saw this coming. And I mean, really, they should have saw this coming, to be fair and honest. I know that this woman has been taking advantage of a lot of sisters throughout the years, even go as far as have a YouTube channel. A famous one, if I like to add. But nonetheless, it is what it is. And everything that you see and witness should be a learning lesson to you as a woman. So let me see if I could. No further ado, let's pull up this article. Hold on. And like I always, share this video. So I'm trying to find the article. Okay, here it is. And on the description, the article could be given out too. All right, here it is. I found it. And now I am going to share this. Where is it? Okay, here we go. Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. We don't want that. Media takeout news. As you can find this specimen right here, this thing. And before I say anything, I ain't gonna lie. When I saw the mug shots of this chick, very disturbing. Now, I know most black people say black don't crack, and I agree, it doesn't. But that depends on the quality of the blackness. Now, mind she's a little lighter hue, fairer, caramel complexion. But as she looks more appropriate, I would say if I had to rate her, right now she looks like she's roughly a 6 with the makeup, as you could tell, if the makeup's done correctly. Now, if y'all saw the mug shots, with the mug shot here, let's look. It should be a mug shot. This is what she looks without makeup. And I don't know why this is still showing. Let me get rid of this. Hold on, guys. Pause. Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna get rid of this. Why is this up here? Oh. This is what she looks now. And mind you, this woman's about to turn 41 this year. She's an 80s baby. Now, ladies, if you know, while a lot of men always ask and advocate that you try to look as natural as possible, because we want to know what you look like without all that gooky glue, that what we call the clown makeup, or we like to call the exotic makeup, where you put the mascara, the lips, the lipsticks, the lashes, all these wonderful utensils you have in your medicine cabinet or on your sink in your bathroom, that you have to doll yourself up so you look very presentable in front of public. This is what you look without the makeup. Now, not every sister will look like this on the average without the makeup, but when you know the other content said that when you rate yourself from 1 to 10, he cuts it down to 1 to 7. With the exception, the highest you can go is 7, and 7 is like roughly a C. So C is roughly average still. It's not even above average. Above average is like 8 and above. So he always likes to target from bad, middle, or let's say worse to the middle to average. As you know, you go lower in the number spectrum, the uglier you will be, unfortunately. And not everybody is gonna be average looking. You know what I'm saying? Some people are gonna be just, average, might not look any better. So as I continue, this is what you see now. So like I said, there is what we call average and below average. And that's the range most people, or just people in general, fall under. Now, there are people that are quite exceptional that will touch an 8 to a 10. And I'll give you my take on what is an 8 and 10. So let's read the article of Miss Michaela Pink. Michaela Pink, YouTube star who teaches dates rich people, arrested for theft plus money laundering. Money laundering. And you know what I'm gonna do? Matter of fact, I got something better. Let me see if I get Mr. Faulkner online, because he's a cop. Now, none of those guarantees I'm gonna get Charles on the line, but I gotta ask the law enforcement for his perspective of time in jail.
Please leave your message.
Okay. All right. Well, he's busy. He might call back. So, and I might just Google it, but we'll see. Michaela Pink's Mika Fox, that's her actual name or government name, is one of the most popular relationship experts on YouTube. She teaches women how to date and eventually marry a rich man. Now, I want people to hear me out for a second. Why would a woman like herself, that's in her 40s, past wall stage, and mind she has kids now, is teaching other women, primarily women that is 20 and older, how to find and marry a rich man? One of the best advice to go to is to a man that has a network or is around other rich men to do that, to ask for an opinion. I'm just saying. And make sure you like the video as you come in. The like button. And if you feel inclined, give your take through the sections of the comment section on the chat. And you can contribute to the channel as well. And what's good? Okay. Let's continue on. And not surprisingly, her videos have millions of views. Of course it's got millions of views, because you are reaching a demographic of people, particularly young women, that they want the bag. They said, give me the bag. Let me have the bag. Let me hold the bag. Which is a cool philosophy. Nothing's wrong with having a bag in your hand. Ladies, if you need a bag, all right, work for the bag. There are many avenues. There are many what do you call it? Cyber institutions you can go to eventually hold a bag or get what we call a nice bag. Do you want me to give you the list? I sure will. The list you can go to is number one, my fans only. Let me type that down. Or you could try IG. Or you could do something better. Create your own website and control all your intellectual material, from you showing your breasts, your butt, your yoni, or we would like to call it the pussy, if for all sake of conversation. And there's gonna be some thirsty incel or a thirsty male gonna pull out his wallet in cash or his digital currency and grace you with throwing it and let it rain digitally on your credit card, on your bank statement. So that way you could, turn on that video cam, spread them cheeks and bust it wide open for the change. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do something for a little change. You feel me? Anyway, Michaela is best known for her videos where she teaches women how to level up. See that? The key term? Level up. Level up, level up. Increasing their femininity and securing the big thing, the bag. Everyone wants a bag. I know. I don't mind having a bag. You want a bag. She wants a bag. She wants a bag. Hell, give everybody a bag. Anyway. And throughout dating and marriage. But it appears that Michaela is not leveling up, as she has recently been arrested and charged with theft and money laundering. Wow. Damn. This bitch is a thief. She's taking all you sisters' money. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. It amazes me that we can have so many channels out here, especially on YouTube, where people are coaching and teaching people how to level up, how to possibly get a bag, create a bag. All this, and we find it come out that the life they live is totally opposite. Very opposite to what they preach and teach. And to be honest with y'all, I have no, to be I'll say this. I don't give a crap if the law throws the whole book on her at this point. Because criminals like her, what you get. I'm sorry. Anyway. But let's go further down. Dang, wear your own advice when you need it. The simple, she has no advice because she's been a criminal since the beginning. You see, one thing, the beautiful thing about YouTube, not only you can live a double agent, or I say double life, but if you market yourself properly, you can make some money on YouTube. If you market yourself properly. But that's another story. On February the 10th, Michaela was arrested for theft and money laundering and is currently on how much time she's facing if convicted. Here's her mugshot, like I revealed before. This is her without the makeup. And, just by looking at this makeup, this picture is very disturbing. And I'm not lying. I'm not joking, to be fair, honest. Because real true as a woman, or any man or woman, for the sake of conversation, this is only focused on this particular woman. You should not be engaged in criminality like that and get caught in your hand in a cookie jar. That's unexcusable. Just unexcusable. I mean, I would say that most people should do better, and we should be doing better. But let's be honest. A lot of us choose to do the things we do. Now that we could blame certain economic circumstance, we could blame the government, which it is rightfully the cause of every problem overall. But at the end of the day, you gotta live life and live under this uncertain capitalist world. And there are two type of people. There are people that are capitalists and there are people that are consumers. Which one is you? Are you the capitalist or are you the consumer? And what Michaela chose is she's going to capitalize off every woman, specifically black women, and take their money just for her own pleasure and self gratification. And to be honest with you, this should not even happen, but it does. And she is not the first and won't be the last woman that does shit like this. I mean, I remember the story with Zaza Ali and that mess up in itself that a lot of people haven't able to get their money back, but that's not the focus of the stream. But there are many women out there right now that's teaching, preaching certain messages, but live a double life. Unfortunately. So let's look at the what's this? These are the counts that she committed. And I'm gonna zoom in so everybody can see this. I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see this. One more time. One more time. And I think y'all can see it just like this. And let me double check on my end. Yeah, I think that's big enough. And I might zoom in one more time for y'all. I can see it, but I want people to see this clear. There you go. These are the counts that she's charged under. Billing jury system theft, 3K minus 150K. That's the range of theft that would lead up to. And I think this is cumulative, possibly, but it racks up to 30K. Next, misabducted financial props, 2,500 to 30K. The other one is money laundering, 2,500 to 30K. And the other one is theft props, same results. And each one is totaled up to February 12th, 2021, 30. Oh, wait, my fault. No, 300K. I think this is the actual total. 300K. That's a lot of money. Okay, let's lower this. Yeah, that's bad. Michaela is 40 years old and has 3 sons, ages 4, 9, and 17. She recently divorced the father of her last 2 children to go live to live her best life. Now, I'm not sure what this means by living your best life. You're a criminal. You know what they said, brothers? When women say they're living their best life, this is the thing that comes to mind. And let me find the tune. This is what comes to mind. I think this is the tune. Let's go. No, that's not it. I'm trying to find that tune. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna find it. Oh damn, I don't got it. If I did had it, guess not. Wait, actually, yeah, I think I might have it. Mm, it'll come to me, guys. I'm trying to figure out the tune. Oh, you know what? I know it is. This would it be, people. Anyway, let me move on because I don't want to hold your time. But like I said, you know the drill. When anytime you knows that when a woman said that she's living her best life, and I literally mean living her best life, this is what they mean. This is what they mean right here, living your best life. See that? That's what they mean by she's living her best life. They're for the streets, my dude. I'm gonna find this. But anyway, let's continue. Since becoming a YouTube star, she made videos about the dating life and claiming to simultaneously dating over 10 men who all give her thousands of dollars. It seems to me you're not dealing with high quality men, Miss Michaela Pink. Look like you're dealing with some low level criminals, or you just engage in criminal acts. One or the other. One or the other. In a recent video, Michaela also hinted that she may have got married to a millionaire or multimillionaire. So let me ask this woman this thing here. Why are you money laundering and theft and stealing money, etc., if you're already married to a millionaire? That's the question I like to ask. Boy, crime doesn't really pay at all. You're supposed to be saying that you must get the bag and level up. Why are you stealing money? That's my biggest question I should ask. Why are you stealing money? Oh, I forgot. Because you're a theft. You're a thief. You're a criminal. That's why. And this is gonna hurt a lot of ladies. And there's very little women I could respect that's maybe on track to teaching y'all women something. But I would tell most women that's teaching femininity, the ones I talk to, I would tell them, don't even waste your time. Because you have women like this that's posting false information and making more attraction and possibly making more money than what you're trying to do if you're doing podcasts on YouTube. And I remember a conversation with, I think with JV Destiny, that some of you fake feminist women are stealing other women that's teaching level up and repackage them of your own, which is a form of theft if you think about that. And you don't give credit to the person that you discovered that. And mind you, she just started doing YouTube and focused hard on her product for the last couple months of last year. I wish I had up here just to break the ice a little bit. But really, truly, a lot of these women that's teach femininity is criminals, possibly. And I don't like to say it, but even the ones that I see that a lot of women that flock and worship are the biggest thieves, and criminals. The biggest criminals. And I have no sympathy for these women. To be honest. But like I said before, this is nothing new. And like I said, I see potentially more women that's preaching this bullshit gonna get caught up eventually. So let's go down. And I think that's it. And so in a recent video, McKeb also hinted that she had gotten married. And this is the video they're talking about. Maybe there's some other video, I don't know what this is, but I saw her on another YouTuber channel. I think it was Shira7. And they were talking about criminal acts. Last time I remember. I can't remember what video that was. You can find that. The search throughout the YouTube streets, they'll pop up. But they were sitting on the couch talking about how ways they can get the bag and what they'll do to get the bag. And to me, it is very disgusting if you think about it. It is very disgusting. But it goes to show that if you about that life, you're about that life, period. Sorry. I'm not sure how much time she'll be doing in jail if the hammers drop, which it will be, because to be money laundering in this country is very much a heavily offense, and that will warrant you doing some time in jail. Now, do I see her do more than 10 years in jail? I don't know. I can't give you that answer. But I know she's going to do some time in jail. But it's interesting how this is going to play out at the end. I think a lot of women already got wind of this. They're aware of this. They're not going to talk about it unless it's going to hurt them bottom line. I don't expect them to talk about it because, let's be honest, other women hold and will protect and will not give no accountability to the average woman today, unfortunately. Now, if a man was found doing criminal acts in the community and was found guilty or was found that he has these type of charges, you know what men would do, ladies? Men will create a distance between the criminals and themselves. And if they have to go even further, they will make that so-called man an example. That's how men deal with problems. The typical man. But like I said, you know, how we move different from women overall. And to be honest with you, to find this information and to find that there's a woman that was teaching femininity and was a criminal at the same time, you can't really take a whole bunch of them that's teaching that shit seriously now. I would say if you could do a background check with a lot of these women that's having course, a website, I have to start investigating, do more time digging who they are before you give your money to women like her or any other woman. Oh God, yeah, guys, gotta tell you the topic. The topic is, for those that's coming in, is scamming of femininity, the chaos theory, episode 1. And you know, let me drop the link for those who want to come in. Where's my link? Might as well add the link. I know most people not can come up anyway. But anyway. So like I said, this is what happened. And like I said, a lot of dudes in a lot of this, in every space known to men, are talking about this. They're laughing about this. To me, this is not no funny manner. And here's the baddest thing about all this. This woman she has 3 boys. One is actually an adult now. And for what I'm hearing, this boy commit theft, the oldest one out of the 3. So now we understand where criminality is coming from with a lot of these young boys, unfortunately. The mom's a thief, a crook, a thief, and your sons are going to fall the same line of theft, robbery, etc. Black men or men in general, please get control of your sons as possible. Get custody of your boys as possible. It is your rightful duty to take control and destiny of your own children, especially if you are going to be procreating with any woman and you're leaving the trustee of your seed to any woman that you feel is not only worthy, but is also potentially a criminal. And ladies, if you know the dude you're dealing with is a criminal, fronts criminal, like this woman, or a man that's engaged in criminal acts like what she is doing, then obviously you must be discernment and keep a distance from them type of men if you come across those men. I don't care if you're going to get the excitement, the woos, the why, etc. No person should put themselves in position to any person that is about that life, that so-called gangster life. You don't want them, or you do not want to perceive or want to be around people that has the potential to be this. You get me? You don't want that. Some women overall should be for the streets. Leave them to the streets. I mean, the streets are kind of comfortable nowadays, A lot of women like to be in the streets. Why not? The streets are safe. The streets are, a way of expression. And let's be honest, a lot of us that's black and better, unfortunately. We have to be retrained and relearn to know how to function in this new society we're in for our survival. And we cannot keep perpetuating mediocrity and criminality for long. Matter of fact, this society will not take our low-level behavior now more than ever, unfortunately. Because they profit off criminality. They profit off men and women engaged in criminal acts. Because it makes this country money, unfortunately. I don't have to tell you that. You should know that already. But matter of fact, let me check if this woman still has her YouTube channel. Because, if her channel was that big, let's take a look. All right, let me see if it can get me onto her channel. Doesn't look like it will. All right, so I have to copy her name. But I think she still has a YouTube channel. It's looking up right now. Interesting. I'm trying to find her channel. I think she has more than one channel. Yeah, she still have her channel. And by the looks of things, she's in the, I guess, maybe 5, 10, maybe 30K subscribers, roughly. I'm just guessing. I don't know the actual number, but by the looks of the amount of videos that's being watched, she's touching roughly 30 or more. And she has a backup channel too, a beauty one. So, So, speak of the devil. Woo! What's good, Charles?
What's up?
I'm live now on YouTube. I'm gonna ask a question because you have a perspective. 1 second, Mary, before I let you up. What's the count of how much time a person could do if they're found on 3 counts of let me read to you. And I'm not sure if you can give this answer. Counts of theft, money laundering, and property or theft again. One, it ranged from 30K to 150K. Money laundering around 30K. Then theft, another 30K. And it looks like it's adding up to almost 300K in total. What time a person will face with all those charges?
Well, charges like that, it can be anywhere from 5 to 20 years.
5 to 20 years, right? And the woman named Michaela Pink, the femininity coach that's found and trumped with these charges, she's looking at facing roughly maybe over 5 years at most, because she's a woman. They're not going to like give her 10 years or more on the average. So we could say, Charles, the most she might do time in jail is under 5 years. And you know, they might give her parole.
The worst thing about it is this.
Yeah.
A lot of these people are not gonna just get away with just parole. So they're gonna make an example out of this money laundering shit. So she's gonna have to be careful. She's gonna have to be damn careful. Because when you're doing that, the first thing that's coming down is gonna be it's gonna be some serious stuff, because once they're gonna throw a hammer at a lot of these women because they're tired. Looking to make an example of it or something on the end is very dangerous. Especially since people are gonna claim equality. You're gonna get, when it's time to do equal treatment.
Oh wow. You know, I forgot about that, bro. Yeah, that a lot of women say they're equal to men. And you know, when you do criminal acts, you're gonna be sentenced the same rate as men. And you know, men, especially black men, they get the book thrown on them for shit like this. Money laundering, theft. That's a strip over 10 years. Maybe 15. And they don't give you, they might give you parole. They might. For a man. But if you're a woman, you do it, they're gonna be a little bit easy on you. A little bit. I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm not sure if you guys can hear us. Amir, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Can you hear Charles good?
Hey, what's up, Charles?
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah. So, Mary, it's a short little read of the blog or this for me to take out. I mean, I'm not gonna read it again. I mean, it's obvious this woman was teaching femininity for some time now. I gotta double check how long she had her channel.
But I've been telling these dudes, I've been warning these dudes that shit ain't nothing but a hustle. That shit is a hustle, man. That's all that is. This thing where they talking about, you know, they're gonna be feminine and they're learning these. That's just learning how to run game. That's the same thing of what a hoe does when she looks for a mark or a trick. You know what I'm saying? So they'll put that on, and this is why, like, and it was the same thing that happened with the Zaza Ali and what's that guy name, Professor Griff situation, where she putting on this I'm woke and all this other stuff, and I'm the divine goddess and all this old bullshit, but then she was stealing money and shit. You know what I'm saying? It don't really be the real women, man. The majority of these people on YouTube are frauds. They see that the stuff they're talking about that shit in theory, but they're not practitioners of it. You They just it's theoretical. You know what I'm saying? They haven't done it because if you've done it, then why you're not married? You know what I'm saying? Why you not married? Why you don't have a high value man? See, and the reason why this type of stuff gets peddled. And I told you this last night. What it really is these niggas tired of struggling. You know what I'm saying? Leveling up is they tired of struggling. You know what I'm saying? From they leveling up bullshit. That's what the whole thing about leveling up is trying to find a way to escape blackness. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, that's what you're looking at because that's the subprime group in the American social order. And then that's the whole economic component of it, man. Like these people are not. Come on, man. It's just teaching women how to run game. To use that guy as a utility. Mm-hmm. So it's not even genuine. It's not even coming from a genuine place.
Yeah. Hey, Charles got something to say. Go ahead, Charles. Try to speak loud.
You gotta think about it. One, if these women were actually genuine, they could easily tell you what they think of men. Not one damn time have you heard a woman in this space tell you what value she can add to a man. Don't give me legacy. Don't give me, because any woman can do that. Don't give me companionship because I have friends and pets. Give me something that the average woman cannot say. Because when you ask men can give you their own unique studies and travels. You think you're supposed to give, I asked this one question. This one question to a female. Do you think a woman should cook every day for a man? She said, well, at least 4 to 5 days, yeah. Do you think a man should protect the female every day? Well, yeah. But you think you should cook for. I said, even if you cook for us every day, is that equal to the protection you receive? No. So, yeah. We don't even get what the hell we even bargained for. So, let's start with something of value first. Then come to the table. I'm done with that one.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, man. You have to be valuable at the end of the day as people, especially a woman, to a man. And like I said, the average Western woman doesn't really show much value today to the average Western man, unfortunately. But they expect everything to be handed to them in a silver platter. You were saying something, Mary? I heard some background.
No, that was some background noise. Yeah, but there's all this whole thing with these silly ass goddamn women, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised at all. I told you this is nothing but church. You know what I'm saying? You're giving people a hope and a dream and a wish and a prayer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. See, because now that the 30, 40 years of them, that strong black woman shit tearing that ass up now. So now many of them are looking for relief from that. And to be fair, it may not necessarily be their fault because this is something that they inherited. Like this is what they were born into. Like they wasn't the groups of women who was making those decisions to invest in girl power. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily their fault, but hey, this is what you was born into, so now you got to deal with it now. You know what I'm saying? And now, because of the society and the economy and where it's going, because you still got to deal with the employment doomsday that's coming. And the fact is many of the jobs where particularly sisters have found comfort and solace, those jobs are going to be phased out due to automation. Look, majority of Negroes, period, but especially majority of sisters, they're employed in the public sector. So they work at DMV, they work at the post office, stuff like that. And a lot of that stuff is going to be phased out. They work at the tag office, for the county. Like a lot of that stuff is going to be phased out because of automation. Then what you going to do? And so it's becoming, now what you're looking at is the real world costs and tolls of what it means to be masculine in the American society when when masculinity had everything to do with a man's ability to pay bills and be a breadwinner. See, now you got to deal with the cost of that. You see what I'm saying? Now they have to deal with the real world costs. Like, this is why you have an opioid epidemic ravaging middle America. The reason why is because it's not just the waning of white supremacy in the larger social order. It's the waning of white male sociosexual power, because a lot of those jobs that white men enjoyed, they no longer have a monopoly over that, because now you have these other groups coming in that they have to compete with, and white children are going to have to compete in a multicultural, multi-ethnic society. You have like, it's happening already. If you look at West Virginia, coal country, Ohio, you have the same thing that black men have been under in terms of long-term unemployment. They starting to be under. That's part of what's fueling the opioid epidemic. This is the real world cost of what it means to be a man in a patriarchal society. See, like the feminists, they were able to only want to talk about the perceived benefits that they see men, that they see men enjoy, but you don't want to talk about the cost. Now, this is why men have a lower life expectancy than women. The group hardest hit during recessions is always men, because they comprise the majority of the labor force. You know what I'm saying? You look at what's happened with the construction industry. The construction industry is no longer white male dominated or black male dominated. It's the Mexicans running that.
Because
I'm down here in the South, and yeah, I'm down here in the South. The illegal immigration shit. I'm down here in the South, and if you want to get you a good crew, you look for some Mexicans, because they can do the work cheaper, and they can do the work just as good. You see what I'm saying? So this is the real world cost of what it means to be masculine. See, black women have been able to walk around touting that and carrying that load, because they were in the preeminent position in the home, because most times they were employed, and the man and the brother they was with may have not been employed, or he was underemployed. See, but now you got to deal with the real world cost of that, because now it's waning now. See, so now there's this mad dash for them to want to be, like the Kevin Samuels thing, want the high value man and the 6-figure guy who paying bills and who can provide and all of that. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of like what's fueling that, man. And rather than deal with these things from a realistic, pragmatic perspective, they'd rather listen to fables, like what this lady right here was talking about. You know what I'm saying? They'd rather listen to fables. You know what I'm saying? And I've talked about this. The vast majority of these sisters ain't gonna be able to practice hypergamy. It's a done data for that. The majority of y'all gonna have to take what y'all can get. You know what I'm saying? And the other part of that too is a lot of these brothers ain't as high value as they think. You see what I'm saying? Because not only is the noose tightening around, black women's neck and white men's neck, is tightening around yours too, and you are already the most disadvantaged in the society. See, a lot of these dudes, man, they have this thing of wanting to live vicariously. You see what I'm saying? This is why you have like the fanboy Kevin Samuel contingency out here, because it's what they see Kevin Samuel representing. Even when what he represents is nothing short of a myth. Now, this is to say that you don't have high value brothers out there. No, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that those brothers are so far and few in between. It's a myth. It's like a dog chasing its tail at that point, because of the position that we're in. Like I told you, a lot of this is socioeconomic. Man. And the thing is we're not prepared for this shit. We're not prepared for it, and we don't even have the impetus to get prepared for it. Like, they rejected Cerulean and the Great Faulkner Initiative. You see, so we have this thing where we beg for what we pay for what we want, and we beg for what we need. You see, so we'll bankroll these messages that doesn't have anything to do with the price of tea in China when it comes to actually dealing with the crux of the issue. And the crux of the issue is socioeconomic. And it's not just with the brothers, it's with these women too, with these sisters too. See, and this is why you have this mad dash for now that Negroes want to try and date out and shit. So I'm saying they want to try and date out. Because you know that it's like that thing with Jesus where if I could just touch the hem of his garment, I can get some of that power. Like you know, if you have a bit of an easier go if your spouse is white or another race than black. You know that. We know this. Like you can go look at the empirical studies, and when you, all things being equal, same age, same educational status, same socioeconomic background. And if this person has a black sounding name and this person has an Anglican or European sounding name, the person who has the Anglican and European sounding name gets called back more readily and more frequently. And they receive a higher wage. You see what I'm saying? So this is why you have this thing now where we want to try and buy into whiteness, the larger dominant society, and opt out of blackness. This is like the swirl of contingency. Like and you can't tell me that I'm lying, because this is something that the pimps would say. You make more money with a white hoe than a black hoe. That's why. Because everything in the society is predicated on devaluing blackness. Everything. Even when you look at the porn industry, black porn actresses do not get the same rate as white porn actresses. But then you have brothers talking on YouTube who will totally deny race and racism as if it's just some sidebar and isn't real. When everything that's taking place in the black male and female dynamic can be directly attributed to that and indirectly attributed to it on a socioeconomic level. But rather than deal with the reality, we want to deal with mythology, the mythology of it, the mythology of what it means to be high value, because you make six figures, even when we know that as the dollar itself is losing its power. So six figures doesn't even carry the same weight that it used to carry. And I make six figures, so I know. You can make six figures and still be living from check to check. You can make six figures and still be living from hand to mouth. It's not because, just like if you look at the statistics, the majority of working Americans live from check to check. That's not because these people just ain't take the Dave Ramsey course. It's not because these people just are financially illiterate. It's because this is the way the system is set up. And this is what happens in late stage capitalism. We're in late stage capitalism.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying? And the American labor force now has to deal with the prospect of emerging markets in third world countries. Mm-hmm. This is why the jobs have been shipped overseas and out and outsourced. Because those countries who were in their primitive stages and in their infancies when America was going through its great economic boom, the post-World War II industrial boom, when it came into superpower status, now those countries are going through that now. They're being developed now because of globalization. That's what globalization is.
Mm-hmm. To develop all a nation to keep up and catch up. Yeah. And let's be honest with you. One thing they never really add and tell people about industrialization. When you're industrialized, there is less need for human consumption. Well, I mean, less need for people. People are a hassle. They're a burden. So what you do, you have to eliminate people. We have more of industrial environments. That's when you look at the cities people reside. You can't have 4 or more kids. You're congested in the environment you're in.
Right.
So it requires less. So how are you going to, and this is going to be off topic but I want people to follow us. that when they talk about say they want to eliminate billions of people, it's not always you have to concern about the physical aspects of how they'll do it. You have to know, say that they're gonna do it systematically. You're gonna do it yourselves by default.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's no need for
You-
force. Force is the last resort. And I'm telling you, Mary, this is why people are so stupid and dumb. Nothing is achieved by force all the time. People
Right.
sit down, strategize, plan their strategies that, and they will wait 10, 20 years before they see the fruits of their labor fruition. The fruits of their labor be fruition. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, no, you're right. Like, you know, this is depopulation through economic means.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do genocide through war or through biological. You can do it through economics.
Mm-hmm.
You make it too expensive for people to reproduce, and by default, they'll stop reproducing.
Exactly.
If you make capitalist arguments about being able to quote unquote afford a child, then what this means is that the poorest group should procreate the least, and that's going to be your black ass. So what you're advocating for is race suicide.
Exactly.
That's what you're advocating for. You're just doing it through the lens of economics, but it's the same thing. It's the same goddamn thing.
Mm-hmm.
You see, when the earth provides what it provides for its children for free, there is no concept of being able to afford or not afford a child. You see what I'm saying? But because of the illusion of inclusion that capitalism provides, you will think that way, and they want you to think that way because they know as a. Well, go ahead.
And not only they're gonna think, but they're gonna force you because you're gonna operate because you're thinking out of your primal thinking. You're not thinking far ahead of anything.
Children are not seen as sacrosanct in the black community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right.
And this is why I bristle when I see black men make arguments, these moral arguments about out of wedlock childbirths and abortion, because what you're doing is you're just using these children as a moral device. You don't view them as sacrosanct. You don't view them as sacrosanct because if you did, then your behavior would reflect that. And the same thing is true for sisters. They don't see them as sacrosanct either. What you have is brothers and sisters who want to use children as moral devices as a way to levy social control against the other. But in the meantime, in the course of doing that, who's really protecting black children? They don't think about black children. You don't think these niggas not thinking about the future. You got niggas right now on YouTube and on everywhere else on social media talking about a fucking Birkin bag. You know what I'm saying? Talking about a fucking Birkin bag. I don't know what no Birkin bag is. I don't have no desire to have no fucking Birkin bag.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we'll buy that bullshit. They use our hyper consumerism to fuel the imperialism and colonialism of the European powers and of the West. Mm-hmm. And that imperialism and colonialism takes place on the hallowed ground of Africa. So they use us over here to fund and perpetuate their robbing, raping, and pillaging of the African continent. So in the grand scheme of things, both of us are in the same boat. It's a symbiotic relationship between the two. What's going on the African continent and what's going on here. You see, like when you like these brands that these niggas will die for and stand out in the cold for, like when you're talking about these Jordans and Nikes, they make those goddamn Nikes in these sweatshops in South and Central America where these children work. 14, 15, 16 hours, but you did, and that's what I'm telling you, this American Negro will talk about oppression. Has no idea. That's why they suffer from affluence.
They don't know how the world works, brother. They don't know how the world works. You get me?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
In the little box. Yeah. America gives that luxury to afford their comfort. That's why a lot of niggas today are very much
like think about this though, Cass. Like this imbecile Lil Uzi Vert. who put that 24 million goddamn that $24 million diamond in his goddamn forehead.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
And if you know anything about the diamond trade that comes from Africa, you know how brutal of a trade that is, and how they brutalize and oppress those people in those diamond mines. And the diamond isn't even expensive. It's not even a precious stone or natural resource. Diamonds are so readily abundant and naturally cheap that they use them and put them on drills and industrial equipment. You moron. But you'll pay $24 million for that shit and put that shit in your forehead thinking you fly.
And
you know what I'm saying?
And here's a secret that no one has ever
told. It ain't
told.
nothing but carbon.
And let me tell you something. There's a secret a lot of people don't notice. I'm gonna tell you the secret now. People, listen good. Hear me good. General Electric could make diamonds easy, but let me tell you why they don't do it. Because the government and the people that run the diamond trade gave money to tell them not to. Because there's a science how you can make diamonds. But they're gonna go to a third world country like Africa to extract and ravage the resource, especially resource like the Congo or anywhere where diamonds are abundant. They will continue to do, because all in auspices of capitalism.
Right. Yeah. Like yeah. And so that's just that's what you're dealing with. This is what you're dealing with. And this is why look, man, I don't take these niggas on YouTube serious. I don't care how many followers you fucking got. I don't care how popping your message is. If it's not the right type of message, if it's not, accurately dealing with what's really going on and what's the facts on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like a popularity of an idea does not make it valid. Does not make it valid. Like an idea can be relevant, that doesn't make it valid. Like you look at Nazism, Hitler was able to take over Germany through the idea and advent of Nazism. That's how powerful that idea was, but you look at what it wrought. You see what I'm saying? And so it's just like the same thing, man. And see what happens. The dominant culture, the dominant society will always incentivize and reward any activity that Black people engage in that's self-destructive or counterproductive. Always. And you see it across every genre. Like you think Tyler Perry could have risen to the heights he's risen if he was making movies like Birth of a Nation, the Nate Parker type shit? You wouldn't think that? Hell no, they would have been clipped that. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You think these gangster rappers who peddled degradation and demoralization to Black people, to Black youth through the music, if it's a reason why you have groups like G Unit that have more success than groups like Arrested Development or Public Enemy. It's the reason why. And it's no different with what you see taking place on YouTube. It's the exact same goddamn thing. Across every genre of media, they will always incentivize and reward and and perpetuate and peddle the things that are most self-destructive to us and that are the most counterproductive to us. You can create Black women, and vice versa. You can create an entire movement against denigrating Black men. See, it's the reason why I stopped doing what I was doing. When I was getting on these niggas' ass, even though a lot of these niggas deserved it. But it's the reason why I stopped, because I understood that paradigm, that dynamic. If you come in with something with real information, something that's truly unifying and that's liberating the minds of this Negro, come on, man, you're gonna be public enemy number one. Yeah. You're gonna be public enemy number one. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's like when you was saying, Kevin Samuels talking about he's a capitalist. No, the fuck you not. You are not no capitalist. You are a slave. You are a slave. It's impossible for you to be a capitalist. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible. You see what I'm saying? Because the fact of the matter is, he's saying you're a capitalist as if you have a choice. And you don't have a choice. So we all in the same boat, in the same position. And see, this is what happens if a person right now wants to go in history and find black women engaging in behavior that's injurious to the black collective, you're going to find that. And if a black person wants to go into history and find black men engaging in behavior that's injurious to the black collective, you're going to find that, because this is what happens when you are a marginalized group in a system you do not control.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do what you have to do to what? To survive.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's injurious to the group.
Mm-hmm.
So what becomes a conversation at that point is your marginalization. That's what needs to be alleviated.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That's what needs to be alleviated. So when you find these instances of black women doing bullshit and black men doing bullshit in history, it's not something where I got you. It's not that. Because what it is it's the environment, it's the social environment. And the system that you live in. Like they showed that in the movie Django. If you remember when you watched Django, Calvin Candy had those two black bucks in there fighting to the death.
Yeah, I remember that scene. It was gruesome.
As if either one of them had a choice. See, and so this is the fodder that fuels white society when we self-cannibalize one another. If you had a true message of liberating niggas and all this other stuff, you're not gonna be popping.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be popping.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have very limited success. That shit is by design. And if that's not correct, why do we see that across every genre of media? Whether you're talking about music, look at R&B. We're not even the face of R&B no more.
Yeah, I know, that's scary. Yeah, man.
We're not the face of, like, we're not the, you got Justin Timberlake, you got Robin Thicke, you got Ed Sheeran, you got Adele, you know what I'm saying, Christina Aguilera,
Mm-hmm.
so forth and so on. Listen to their music and listen to ours. These niggas don't sing about love no more.
They mumble.
It's all about sex, and then wonder why you got a community full of niggas on child support and single mothers. And that's what the whole beefing is about, because these niggas do not view children as sacrosanct. These niggas do not view children as sacrosanct. Nah. Neither one of them. You know what I'm saying? Neither one of them, man. You know, that shit is programmed. Like you're programmed. You're a pawn. They use you as a pawn. This is what they do. They use you as a pawn, man. That's why, like, in a lot of my openings and stuff like that, I would use that scene from The Matrix. Many of these people are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system that they will fight to protect it. They will fight to protect it. They will fight to keep it in place.
Mm.
So I'm saying, because what happens is the system of white supremacy, because it's an opulent system, it's a system of opulence and affluence. Even being subjugated in it has its benefits and privileges. This is why your black ass live better in first world America than many other people live in third world countries. So the problems that plague this American Negro it becomes twofold, because not only does he exist on the periphery of American society, but the affluence of that American society makes him weak. Mm-hmm. And docile and complacent. It's like what Bane told Batman: victory has defeated you.
Yeah.
This is why you've seen what you've seen in the wake of the civil rights movement. Because so long as the Negro has pleasure and comfort, doesn't have any impetus to fight. This is why they peddle the sexual demoralization. Right? And it's nothing I'm making up. You can go read the shit. You can go look in history and read it. This is what they would do. You get the women to be sexually wanton because it placates the men. So now the men don't have any impetus to rebel. And so if you notice, if you watched what happened at the end of that scene with Django, Calvin Candy, the one who won, he gave him a woman for the night, and he gave him some what? He gave him some goddamn liquor.
Facts.
Then you wonder why in your community it's a goddamn alcohol, it's a liquor store on every goddamn corner. But you'll be hard pressed to find a library.
Mm-hmm. But that's still
nothing new. This is nothing new under the sun. This is what they would do. This is what they did to the Native Americans. They gave them liquor. They gave them alcohol. Mm-hmm. So it's the same tactics, and we continue to fall for it over and over and over again. And then you have buffoons who will sit here and act like what I'm saying is not the real conversation. That they really think the dumb shit they're talking about is the real conversation. They really think that. And this is why, and I'm not trying to come against the manosphere and the red pill. If you want to rock with that. It's merit in it. I never said it wasn't. But just understand, since you're taking that the idiom from the Matrix, understand that in the Matrix, the red Neo was just the one. Neo was just another system of control. Everything that they was doing was another system of control. Everything. The Oracle, Morpheus, they were doing exactly what they were created to do. And that's why I'll tell them that at certain points in time. So just understand that. So there's merit there, but that's not the ultimate conversation. You see what I'm saying? But we don't want to deal with what we need to be dealing with. We don't want to do what we need to be dealing with. This is why they rejected cerulean. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Yep.
And so by the time you wake up, we wake up, you're gonna be a day late and $1 short. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then you have these other buffoons you got to deal with these fake ass goddamn pro-blacks. You're not gonna find nobody more pro-black than me. But because it's become a caricature of itself and it doesn't mean nothing, I can't even identify with it. It's almost like being a Christian but being non-denominational. This is why I don't claim it. Because many of them on some bullshit too. You know what I'm saying? Many of them are on some bullshit too. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of work that needs to be done. If you're not talking about raising the social, political, and economic vibration of Black people, you ain't talking about nothing. Because the course is set.
Yeah.
The course is set and the destination is disaster. Mm-hmm. The destination is disaster. You know? Mm-hmm. But this is what we're preoccupied with. You know, like you look at American society, the average American has a attention span of 8 seconds.
Actually, goldfish I think it's 5 seconds. I don't know if you
might be. I can't remember. It might be 5, but the goldfish
it's roughly 5 seconds on the average.
5 seconds. Well, I know, right, and I know that the goldfish has a attention span of what, 3 seconds. So think of that. So what this means is you only have 5 seconds to get what you're saying and resonate with this person.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the mental faculties or wherewithal to follow a train of thought out longer than 5 seconds.
And let's be honest. How far you think any nation or any group of people, men and women, could really think they're gonna be able to get it and survive to what is to come? And you can't even maintain your attention of that level unless they put some buffoonery, some comical relief every second. And let's be honest, bro. When every time you go through any TV show, stream, and they put that laughter into every second, that tells you are dumb. It's really fucking with your intelligence as a person. But a lot of people don't see like that because they say, well, it's hard for me to sit there and look at it. It's boring. My head hurts. And I was like, good. You get me? Because that's where it tells you why. And I'm gonna tell you a secret. Do you know that most of the people that are really banking in millionaires and billionaire status, you think they could afford to have a attention span of 5 seconds?
Hell no, they wouldn't be very successful if they did.
So why does the average human being feels that you get somewhere by being mediocre, or you think you're doing something, but really you're not doing shit, and you can't keep your attention span greater than 5 seconds? And really, damn sure, if you can't keep your attention span longer than that, you damn sure can't read a book. That requires patience.
Exactly.
To sit down and read the word. And I'll be an advocate that sometimes I get slacking sometimes reading too, and I get on it when I need to. But I'm being honest with people that if you can't do the small things to get a different result, then you don't deserve nothing. You get nothing. You remain the same way where you stand. Just like when we have conversations with other people to get done, like even a network or do things for another person, just to potentially say make money or just things to accomplish certain things. You're not want to do it because there's always some form of excuse you make as a person. I remember when talking to a bunch of dudes on the panel, right? And a lot of them, they have this self-defeatism that, you know, what this woman is doing and they can't do certain things because this. And you just throw in a towel as a man.
Right.
And you don't have time for a black man to be thrown anything.
Yeah. And let me say this, and then I'm gonna have to go, right? During the age of the dinosaur, it was the dinosaurs and the butterfly. The dinosaurs are gone and the butterfly's still here. You see, and so bigger and stronger doesn't necessarily mean you're more fitted to survive. Think about that. While these dinosaurs around here roaming the earth, the butterfly was here too. Those dinosaurs are gone, the butterfly is still here. And so I'm gonna leave my piece with that. Let people think about that, because I think we get into the silly season when we start entertaining the idea of men surviving outside of women and women surviving outside of men. That's wrong-headed thinking. That's the wrong way to look at gender. It's a reason why the universe, the creator, the creative force, God, whatever you want to call it, it's a reason why these are fit to make male and female. There's a reason why. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like we really get off into silly season when we start those types of conversations. You know what I'm saying? Respect to Kevin Samuels, but Kevin Samuels ain't no goddamn anthropologist. You know what I'm saying? Stick to colognes and suits and talking about that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because when you start talking about stuff like that, that's beyond his pay grade. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying it because as a matter of fact, I was actually on, you know, Brother Sanchez, right?
Oh, the guy that talking about this flat earth nonsense, that dude?
Yeah, I was on here because he was doing a show on it, and I got on his panel, but he was just taking too long to get to me. I said, you know what, forget it. You know, because I was gonna go into a whole, you know, little breakdown on it, but you know, we got some, man. That's the wrong way to look at stuff, man. You know, that's the wrong way to look at stuff.
Yeah.
See, like, look, when you talk, and this is the thing with dudes. Think about this, right? If men oppose environment and women nest in an environment, do we know what's inherent in that? What's inherent in that is that men will destroy the environment while women will preserve it. That's the balance. That's the duality. That's the balance in the duality. That's how you oppose the environment. And women nest in it, so women are resource conservationists. they're predisposed to conserve resources. Like if you know anything, like you ever seen a bird build a nest?
I never
That's what
actually watched a video. I gotta pull it to video to see if they have a video of a bird just creating a nest.
Yeah, that's what that is. That's what building a nest is. That's what nesting is.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And so that's what women like. Check this out. When men would go and hunt, who you think came up with the processes to preserve the meat? You think the men was doing that? So who you think came up with the process of salting meat so it could last?
Mm-hmm.
If the men brought the skins from killing that game, who you think made clothes out of it so your ass wouldn't freeze to death? You think the men was doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Just think logically. You really think the men was doing all of that, man? Taking barley and wheat and making bread and cake and flour. You think the men were doing that? See, and this is the problem. See, these niggas is colonizing. This is why if you assign no value to the female role, then why are you acting confused and befuddled when they want to now they want to usurp your role? You assign no value to what they're doing. And it's the same thing with the sisters. If you assign no value to the man's role, then you wonder why you don't have brothers lining up to do it. Who's going to do a job that nobody assigns any value to? Who's going to do that? And I've explained that to these dumbass niggas before, that they were looking at it the wrong way. That the shit that these colonizers tell you about how they built this is they lying. They ain't never built nothing by their goddamn self. The white woman was right there with them.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why they know they can subvert your black ass by co-opting your woman. And if they co-opt your woman, you ain't gonna be able to build nothing. This is why you haven't built anything. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Because you at odds with your own woman. A house divided against itself can't stand. But they act like what I'm saying is crazy or like nigga stupid. Okay, so if men build, why you ain't built nothing? See, but then get mad when Cynthia G loudmouth ass start asking that question and badgering them with that question. But you make the question valid when you say that stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
You make the question valid when you say that. Okay, if men build and women don't, why you ain't built nothing as a group of men?
When you hear this, the excuse on the average, bro, they say, well, they won't let me lead. I need you to let them lead.
Right. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But to be honest with you, as a man, it's a slap in the face. I ain't gonna lie. When I see you waiting for this bitch to make you lead, you know you can wait a long time without thinking overall. You can wait a long time. But you know, like I said, it's easy to really do nothing, because complaining is easy.
Right. And you know what it is now is the technology is changing it. Like the reason why guys feel like I can wait, man, cook, clean, what can you offer? It's because it's easy to do that now. But just imagine if it was back in olden time where you had to walk a mile to get some water. You wouldn't be saying all that. You would need her to do her part. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine if washing clothes was as labor intensive as it used to be. If you didn't have that washing machine and dryer.
Shit,
or washing dishes, if you didn't have a dishwasher, it's the same thing, man. It's the same thing. This is the same reason. It's the reason why women feel like they don't need men now, because of technology. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? She can get a gun and defend herself. Mm-hmm. She got alarm systems, 911 right there. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. So that's why the more advanced the society becomes, the more it affects the natural ebb and flow. What's natural, what we would do like in a natural environment. And that's what we would be doing in a natural environment. You see what I'm saying? That's what the hunter gatherers, the men hunted, women gathered. That's what gathering is. Gathering is conserving resources. That's nesting. So no, you ain't better. You ain't better equipped to survive just because you bigger and stronger. Because what you would more than likely see is you would see the men without women working to conserve resources. Men would exhaust their resources. That's the male component. You oppose environment. See what I'm saying? So we don't even be understanding the shit we talking about, man. We don't be understanding the shit we talking about. But you know, whatever.
Yeah. But like I said, for people that come in and listen to us overall, you know, besides what we discussed, the premise of today's stream, and I want y'all to go back to it. I revealed the fake femininity, the scamming of femininity, I like to call it. This is my theory, chaos theory, episode 2 into this. And there are going to be many more podcasts like this, things that are trendy or things that catch my attention. I give my theory perspective on these things. And I was going to be vulgar, but you know, I think I was nice today with my language. So at times I would cuss and storm for a lot of y'all women that y'all let have it, but I think I was easy tonight. But like I said, the more of the story for all women, young women under 35, 20, 18, whatever, please don't take these women seriously on YouTube that's teaching that bullshit. There's only a few women I could say that got it right and you could learn some, but I can't give praise or lessons to a lot of them. You know, when I watch their channels, some of them, it's all bullshit. After how the way they go about teaching you, and this is the result. If you got me getting your learning and teaching about male and female nature on YouTube, your mother has failed you, bitch. I'm sorry. She has fucking failed you. You need to go look back to your creator and tell us why you failed me and how I should understand this environment. I know the world doesn't owe you no understanding, but still, your parents could do better. Instead of have you have to go search for some person on a video screen for advice to how to be feminine, how to potentially level up or scheme, get the bag, steal the bag, or do everything. We could do better as people. And ladies, we need to do a lot better. I expect down the line more women should be doing videos or podcasts about this and have the conversation because, to be honest, ladies, the men have already spoken. And we only spoke because of good faith. And yeah, y'all can talk about the other male content creator all y'all want. That's fine. I don't waste my time. I look at what is proven now was revealed and leave it as it is. So that's all I'm going to say. Any closing remarks, Great Liberator?
No, I mean, he pretty much covered it.
All right. Y'all thank the Great Liberator setup. I'm Mary Briner. And like always, people, please, follow me on Twitter at ChaosRain7. I'm on Facebook now, titled Eric Rain. You'll find me on Facebook, same C symbol. And I also got Anchor, Podcast, Spotify, etc., which I'm trying to finish up with some other shows put on there for those to listen to. So be patient. All the other materials up there on Spotify, Anchor, Breaker. So type in Chaos Rain, you'll find it. So, be on the lookout for the next stream. Until the next time, people, this is Chaos Rain here. Making us rain.